So you want to learn how to do a 360 with your mace. Well, for starters, before we even get to whip it around, first you must make sure you have the shoulder mobility and flexibility in order to do it safely. So we don't want to rip any shoulders. A nice beginning point of everyone start with is simple kettlebell halos. You're going to hold the kettlebell in front of you and bring it up, high block with this arm. That'll come in handy later. Kettlebell is going to be right behind the ear, or I'm sorry, the kettlebell is going to be right by the ear. You're going to bring it back behind and below the head. So it's not up here above my head, but it is below the dome, almost neckline. But I also don't want to dump the ribs. I want to keep the core nice and tight. I'm going to bring it to by the other ear, high block with this arm, and center. So first, you must be able to do that fluently without moving your head. Sometimes I see people do kettlebell halos, and they're doing this. All right, head stay straight. Look straight, dominate. Kettlebell goes around the head, not the head around the kettlebell. All right. Once we have that, and we have built good flexibility, mobility, and strength in the shoulders, we're going to take our mace and we're going to choke up on it a little bit. So instead of holding it down here, we're going to have it about halfway. Now from here, I have seen multiple coaches teach us differently. There is no one way. There's multiple ways. Whatever gets you there, though. All right? That's what matters. So for today's video, doesn't matter which hand's on top, but there's 3 points that we have to hit, or 3 checkpoints. All right? The first one is a block. Whatever hand's on the bottom, we're going to take our finger, point that way. Some trainers go that way. Doesn't matter. I'll show you why at the end. But we're going to come up, and we're going to do a high block. Now we want to make sure this is above the head and not below the head. All right? That'll help with this part 2, which is dumping. Dumping, all that is taking that globe and dropping it behind the head. All right, remember why I said the block is very important? Well, now my hands are right behind my head, just like where I wanted my kettlebell. Instead of up here, I want it down here. All right. From here, I'm going to bring it around for that block, the second block, and then center. So we have center, block, dump, block, center. Block, dump, block, center. And it can go either way. Block, dump, block, center, block, dump, block, center. Now in the back, there's something we call the pendulum. All right. I'm allowing the weight to drop, and my hands become a pivot point. All right. I'm actually just holding on with these 3 fingers in each hand. I'm letting the mace rock back and forth. All right. I'm allowing that momentum of the pendulum drop to bring it around. I block, boom. Now at first, we're going to stay in control of it. So I want you to break this up robotically so you hit all 4 points. And if you have to, do it in front of a mirror. So once again, we're going to switch hands. Now we're like that. So I'm going to come up, block, dump, go for the pendulum, block, center. Block, dump, block, center. When I come to center, I want my hands at least right there, slightly below the sternum. Some people like coming all the way down to the belly button. All right. The main thing, just don't let the shoulders roll forward. All right. We still want to keep good posture. So I'm always saying, notice every movement, we want to practice good posture, keeping the core tight as I come around. Nice and fluid. And once again, because we're doing it robotic-like, that does build this odd habit I've noticed of muscling the mace. Once you get all 4 points, what I want you to do is relax, get loose, keep a good grip, block, dump, and just pull it around. Nice and smooth. And when we pull over, We don't want to, what we call casting. We're not driving it forward, but you want to think when you bring it around is taking this elbow and bringing it across the body and center. So you go for the block, dump. I'm taking this elbow and bringing it across my midline, bring it around. And if you notice, I'm rotating my body a little bit. I don't have to be strict. All right? You can do it strict. There's nothing wrong being strict, but there's also nothing wrong being smooth. Now, if we still can't get that, or the dump and pendulum is what messes with you, two things I like to do here. For the pendulum part, I like just doing what I call TikToks. I really don't remember the name of them. Or probably pendulums. Hand is behind the dome. Elbows wherever you feel comfortable. Some people want to say they want them flared out. You don't want them in tight, like somewhere in the normal. All right. What we're going to do, my hands right here is a pivot point, and I'm just going to rock one way. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Keeping the core tight. And I might sway with it a little bit with my body. Get used to the pendulum. All right. It's going to be pulling on the shoulders, the triceps, back and forth. And guess what? You might hit your butt. You might hit your shoulder. That's okay. All right. It doesn't hurt anything. You got to shake it out. Pull it over on the shoulder. Shake out the arms. And try the switching grips. Put it behind you. Back. And forward. I will say I highly recommend this without a hat, because sometimes it gets in the way. The second part is a kinetic 360. So the mace actually always stays on the body. What that looks like is we will be below that globe, but it's touching my chest. I'm going to roll it on my chest, really. I'm going to roll the shoulder around. I'm coming up for that block, but I'm actually not above that head. I'm going to pull my head through the window, let it slide down my back. I'm going to roll the other shoulder, and I'm going to pull it up and pull it around the body. And you are not doing these fast whatsoever. Hit the mic. We're just going one direction. I would say about 5, 8, 10 one way, and 10 the other way. Smooth, controlled. Don't get in a hurry. And then hopefully that gets comfortable when you come off the body. If this helped you at all, please give this a like. Thank you for subscribing. Have a fantastic day.